Hello and welcome. Today, we are exploring a fascinating puzzle. Why do we, as human beings, sometimes choose to be scared? Think about it. Fear is supposed to be an unpleasant, negative emotion. It is our body's alarm system, screaming at us to run away from danger. So why do we willingly buy tickets to haunted houses, watch terrifying horror movies, or scream our way down a roller coaster? It is a strange contradiction. We spend so much of our lives trying to be safe, comfortable, and happy. Yet, we actively seek out experiences that make our hearts pound, our palms sweat, and our minds scream in terror. This is the paradox of fear. The answer lies in understanding that fear is not a single, simple feeling. It is a complex cocktail of physical sensations, thoughts, and emotions. And in the right context, when we know we are actually safe, this cocktail can be surprisingly enjoyable. It is the difference between being chased by a real monster and being chased by an actor in a monster costume. Our logical brain knows the difference. It is this safe danger that holds the key. We are not masochists, we are not enjoying pain or real threat. Instead, we are enjoying the intense arousal and the powerful relief that follows. We are tapping into our most primal instincts, but from the safety of a modern world where we are rarely in true physical peril. In this series, we will break down exactly how this works. We will look at the biology of your brain on fear, the thrill of the adrenaline rush, the social bonding that happens when we scream together, and the incredible feeling of empowerment we get from conquering a frightening experience. So, let us begin our journey into the heart of what makes fear so fun. To understand why fear can be fun, we first need to understand what is happening inside your brain and body during a scary experience. Let us imagine you are on a roller coaster, just as it is about to plunge down a massive drop. Your senses go into overdrive. Your eyes see the steep drop, your ears hear the rattling tracks and the screams around you. This sensory information is instantly sent to a small, almond-shaped part of your brain called the amygdala. Think of the amygdala as your brain's internal alarm system. Its main job is to assess threats. When it receives all this intense data, it screams, "Danger!" This alarm triggers a cascade of events. Your amygdala sends a distress signal to a command center in your brain called the hypothalamus, which then activates your body's emergency system, the fight-or-flight response. This is not a conscious decision, it is an automatic, ancient survival program. Your adrenal glands flood your body with chemicals like adrenaline and cortisol. Your heart rate skyrockets to pump more blood to your muscles. Your breathing becomes fast and shallow to take in more oxygen. Your muscles tense up, ready for action. Even your digestion slows down, because running away from a threat is more important than digesting your lunch. All of this happens in a split second. You are now in a state of high alert, physically primed to face a life-threatening situation. But here is the crucial part: your logical, thinking brain, the prefrontal cortex, knows you are just on a ride. It knows the safety bar is locked, and thousands of people have ridden this before you. This internal conflict between your primal alarm system and your rational mind is where the magic of enjoyable fear begins. So, your body is flooded with adrenaline, and you are in a state of high alert. This is the high of fear. Adrenaline is a powerful stimulant. It makes you feel incredibly alive, alert, and hyper-aware of your surroundings. Colors seem brighter, sounds are sharper, and every second feels stretched out. This intense, raw state of being is something we rarely experience in our comfortable, everyday lives. It is a jolt to the system, a break from the monotony. For a few moments, you are not thinking about your to-do list or your worries, you are completely in the moment, focused purely on survival. This is a form of mindfulness, forced upon you by fear. Then, the scary part ends. The roller coaster slows down, the movie monster is defeated, or you finally stumble out of the haunted house into the well-lit exit. This is when the second wave of feelings hits, the wave of relief. Your brain realizes the threat is gone. The amygdala stops sounding the alarm. To counterbalance the stress chemicals, your brain now releases a flood of feel-good chemicals, primarily dopamine and endorphins. Dopamine is associated with pleasure and reward, making you feel happy and satisfied. Endorphins are natural painkillers that create a sense of euphoria, similar to the runner's high after intense exercise. This powerful combination creates a triumphant feeling. You did it! You faced the fear and survived. The contrast between the intense, negative arousal of the fear itself and the positive, euphoric feeling of relief is incredibly powerful. It is this roller coaster of chemicals inside you that makes the roller coaster outside so addictive. The relief is not just the absence of fear, it is a positive, rewarding sensation that your brain loves. Fear is rarely a solitary experience. Think about the last time you went to a horror movie. You probably went with friends. Why? Because experiencing fear with others is a fundamental part of why we enjoy it. When we scream, jump, or gasp together, we are participating in a powerful form of social bonding. Sharing a frightening experience creates an instant connection between people. You look at your friend right after a jump scare, see the same wide-eyed shock on their face, and you both burst out laughing. This shared reaction tells you that you are not alone in your feelings. It validates your experience and deepens your connection. This phenomenon has deep roots in our evolution. For our ancient ancestors, staying with the group was essential for survival. Facing a threat alone was far more dangerous than facing it together. When we share a scary moment today, we are tapping into that ancient instinct for group cohesion. The act of collectively overcoming a perceived threat, even a fake one, strengthens social ties and builds trust. It is a form of play fighting for our emotions. Furthermore, the physical act of screaming itself can be a release. It is a way to vent the intense energy and tension that the fight-or-flight response has built up in our bodies. And the laughter that almost always follows a shared scare is a powerful signal that the danger has passed and everything is okay. It is a way for the group to collectively reset its emotional state from fear to safety and joy. So, the next time you are in a haunted house clutching a friend's arm, remember, you are not just seeking comfort, you are strengthening your social bonds in one of the most primal ways possible. Beyond the chemical high and social bonding, there is another profound reason we seek out fear: mastery. Successfully navigating a frightening experience is a huge confidence booster. It is a way to prove to ourselves, in a very direct and visceral way, that we are capable and strong. In our modern lives, we face many complex and abstract fears: fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the future. These fears can be vague, lingering, and hard to overcome. But the fear from a horror movie or a roller coaster is simple, immediate, and has a clear end. You either watch the movie to the credits or you walk out of the haunted house. Choosing to see it through to the end is a small act of courage. It is a controlled environment where we can practice being brave. When you survive the scary movie, you have tangible proof that you faced something designed to terrify you and you made it out the other side. This gives you a sense of agency and control over your own emotions. You learn that the feeling of fear, as intense as it is temporary. It will pass. This is an incredibly empowering lesson that you can then carry into other areas of your life. If I can handle a zombie jumping out at me, maybe I can handle that big presentation at work. It is a form of emotional weightlifting. By voluntarily exposing ourselves to manageable doses of fear, we build our resilience and our courage muscle. We become more familiar with the physical sensations of anxiety and arousal, and we learn that we can function perfectly well even when our heart is pounding. This process of facing and conquering a fear, even a pretend one, makes us feel more powerful and in control of our own lives. We have talked about all the reasons why fear can be a source of fun, excitement, and even personal growth. But it is crucial to recognize that this only works when the fear is happening in a context of safety. There is a very fine line between thrilling fear and traumatic fear, and that line is drawn by our own sense of control and consent. When fear is chosen, it can be enjoyable. When it is forced upon us, or when we feel truly trapped and in danger, it becomes a negative, even damaging, experience. This is why different people have wildly different reactions to the same scary movie or thrill ride. Your personal history, your genetics, and your current mental state all play a role in where your personal fun line is drawn. What is exhilarating for one person can be overwhelming for another, and that is perfectly okay. The key ingredient is the perception of choice and the knowledge of safety. If you willingly buy a ticket for a haunted house, you have given your consent to be scared. Your logical brain remains in the background, assuring you that the chainsaw is not real and the actors will not actually harm you. The moment that sense of safety is shattered, if you were to get genuinely lost or injured, the fun would instantly vanish, replaced by pure panic. So, the psychology of fear is not about enjoying danger itself. It is about enjoying the simulation of danger. It is a sophisticated game we play with our own primal instincts, a dance on the edge of the cliff, always with the safety net of reality firmly in place. It is this delicate balance that allows us to taste the thrill of survival without ever truly being at risk. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of the psychology of fear. Now, we would love to hear from you. What is your favorite way to get a good scare, and why do you think you enjoy it? Share your thoughts in the comments below.